Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm getting this up a little bit late in the day. I got pulled into a 2-hour Zoom meeting on science facilities. But anyway, if you've been waiting to look at this, because I know some of the AP teachers that expressed interest, here's a Power School assessment I put together for AP Biology. So I'll just quickly kind of walk through the layout of the page here, which I don't seem to be able to share. So the AP Bio exam has essay and multiple choice questions. This is a essay-based assessment. And I have the College Board's essay pasted in here. But what I did to try to align this with the GOA principles around assessing better was I preceded it with some sort of like deconstruction and deep diving into some of the common themes that the College Board always uses on these essays. So that's this first section here. I list like themes and patterns that AP Bio essays usually exhibit. I broke them into 4 categories. And what I have the students here is before they write their actual essay, that they would investigate sort of one of these 4 categories. And then I can do this again in future assessments. And so I put a note here, you should pick a different one each time you do it. But the idea here would be I created 4 possible questions in this section, and I'm asking the students to do one of these 4 where they'll investigate one of these critical themes or components for how these essay questions usually work. So this first one here is around the theory and content that the questions might address, and there's some science specific content listed here, which you probably can feel free to ignore. But here's where I give them all the various options for how they're going to demonstrate their mastery of this content. And I have a kind of pattern here I went with. There's a written explanation. There's the video recorded explanation. I have a link over here to Flipgrid on my Power School site. Science textbooks often have images or diagrams that illustrate a process or explain some kind of concept. So I said the students could try to create an image or a diagram and put that in here as well. And then I said they could also try to explain it through analogy, which I often do in class. And I linked them over to an analogy that I put together on the immune system, which they can use as an example to see how to do this. And that's the basic pattern I use for each of these 4 options I provide them. The second one is around components of experimental design. Similar list of options here for demonstrating their learning, but designing an experiment takes the place of analogy in this case. The third option, again, similar, but has to do with the actual mechanics of how AP Bio essays work, the kinds of prompts that they're given. They often use skills like interpreting graphs and diagrams and data tables. So again, demonstrating that you have a mastery of what those prompts mean or how to read a data table or a diagram with the various options here of writing it, providing on a video, creating an image or a diagram, an analogy, or an experiment that might illustrate that understanding. The fourth one, again, is sort of specific to how AP Bio questions work, but they like to disrupt a process and have you analyze that disruption and then figure out how to restore it back to proper functionality. But again, these sort of same 4 prompts. Then I give them the actual College Board essay question to answer here, which is a written response. And I feel sort of tightly in the box here. They have to practice writing these essays because that's how they're going to do it on the actual AP test. And then I give them the rubric that the College Board provided and ask them to grade their own essay and analyze it from that perspective. So this was my attempt to try to merge together proper AP Bio test preparation and the GOA principles around assessments. Hope you enjoyed it.